Now, the feud between President Trump and Elon Musk is escalating this morning. The president called the world's richest man a train wreck who's gone completely off the rails, mocked his idea of forming a third party.
Elon Musk and Donald Trump used to be one of the most powerful duos in American politics. A billionaire tech mogul backing a former president made for non-stop headlines. But that alliance has crumbled, and now Elon Musk has declared war against Trump.
He's become one of your, you read and believe the media, he's become one of your best friends. He's working for free for you.
I just want to be clear about that.
I don't care about that.
I think President Trump is a good man.
That's the way he said that, you know? There's something nice about it.
You're about to see how deep this battle goes, how much it costs, and how it could change America forever. Stick around. The fight began quietly. Elon Musk had just returned from a high-level meeting at SpaceX when his legal team handed him a document that would shift the tone of his entire year. It was a final draft of a newly passed government bill, known officially as the Advanced American Energy Strategy Act. On the surface, it sounded like something Musk would support, but deep inside the bill were clauses targeting companies that had received large amounts of government subsidies without meeting specific environmental thresholds. Tesla, SpaceX, and even parts of Neuralink were all flagged. Within hours of the news breaking, Tesla's market cap dropped by $18 billion. Elon wasn't just stunned, he felt betrayed. After all the public support he had thrown behind Trump in the past year, defending him on X, reshaping Twitter into a free speech platform, giving conservative voices more space. This was the thanks he got. He didn't hold back. His posts on X were direct. He called the bill political sabotage wrapped in a green cloak. He accused Trump's team of using environmentalism to punish innovation and claimed the bill would set American technology back by a decade. The internet caught fire. For a while, it looked like this would just be another social media storm, but Musk didn't walk away this time. He called a private meeting with his most trusted executives, lobbyists, and tech allies. He didn't want revenge, he wanted to build something permanent. In that room, the seeds of the America Party were planted. He explained that the old parties were crumbling. Democrats were too slow and stuck in bureaucracy. Republicans were now driven more by personality than policy. He didn't want to play referee anymore. He wanted to build the new rule book, and if Trump was going to weaponize politics against him, he'd hit back by disrupting the whole system. He would form a party that wasn't bound by political history or ideological extremes. It would run like a company, move like a startup, and speak in data, not drama.
The moons of Jupiter and beyond, and ultimately to other star systems, and we can be out there among the stars, making science fiction no longer fiction.
By the end of that weekend, Elon had already filed paperwork. His legal team submitted a registration to form a national political committee. He didn't name it right away, but insiders began calling it the America Party during planning calls. The idea was to bring together people from both left and right who believed in innovation, decentralization, and efficiency. It wasn't about red or blue, it was about fixing the machinery of government itself. The money came in quickly. Musk didn't just throw in his own cash, he started calling friends. Billionaires who had grown tired of political gatekeeping were eager to listen. Peter Thiel pledged support, so did several crypto leaders and AI entrepreneurs. One leaked spreadsheet showed that within the first 10 days, Musk had secured verbal commitments for over $120 million in private contributions. This wasn't a campaign, this was a tech-funded takeover. Next came the branding. Musk's team wanted something sleek, modern, and powerful. Early drafts of the party logo looked like they were designed by the same crew that worked on Tesla and SpaceX. The slogan, quietly tested online, was Reboot America. His PR agency bought up thousands of domain names, including voteamerica.ai and reboot23.com. Focus groups tested how the name America Party felt to younger voters, and the response was overwhelmingly positive. It didn't sound radical, it sounded clean, sharp, and ready. He launched the plan on X. There was no grand press conference, no podium, just one post with a link and a caption that read, "It's time." The party's mission statement followed hours later: restore truth, reform power, and rebuild systems through innovation. In less than 48 hours, it had been viewed over 70 million times.
Executed the plan that I wanted to execute on, I think it would probably be the most valuable company in the world.
Yeah.
It would be called X, but it would...
The White House didn't respond at first, but Trump's team did. They issued a statement dismissing Musk's move as ego politics, claiming Elon was panicking because he didn't want to be held accountable for his businesses. Conservative talk shows had a field day. One called him a tech pharaoh trying to buy democracy. Another warned that his plans would split the Republican vote and hand power to the Democrats. But Musk wasn't trying to win their approval, he was aiming to reset the whole system. Meanwhile, grassroots excitement began to build. Young voters disillusioned with both parties latched on. Creators on YouTube and TikTok made explainers about the America Party's goals, while popular podcasters began interviewing former politicians who said the system had become too corrupt to fix from the inside. One former GOP strategist called it the most exciting political experiment of the decade. Still, not everything was smooth. In private, some of Musk's team worried that Elon's habit of impulsive tweeting could hurt the party's image. Others pointed out that organizing a national political machine required more than cash and clout. It needed serious legal infrastructure, polling strategy, and public trust. But Musk pushed forward. He hired campaign managers with backgrounds in both Obama and Bush-era elections. He brought in behavioral scientists from Stanford to build out a messaging strategy. He even quietly approached several retired generals and respected CEOs to test the waters on high-profile endorsements. At the same time, things between him and Trump went from cold to openly hostile. Sources close to both men said that Trump felt Elon had become a liability. He didn't trust the billionaire anymore and was furious at how Musk's platform, X, was being used to stir up anger against the bill. Trump reportedly ordered his staff to cut Elon off from insider briefings and exclude him from future tech panels. That decision would prove to be a turning point. Elon, now locked out of the political inner circle he once helped support, had no reason to hold back, and so he didn't. He released internal Tesla reports showing how the company's new energy program had exceeded carbon offset targets. He shared receipts of $14.3 billion worth of job creation tied directly to Tesla and SpaceX initiatives in red states. He leaked emails from within regulatory bodies that showed how some sections of the bill had been edited after private meetings with pro-oil lobbyists. Each post added fuel to the fire. At this point, the conflict between Musk and Trump wasn't just about business or policy, it had become personal. The two most polarizing figures in American public life were now locked in a showdown. One had the political machine, the other had the platform, the data, and the digital army. And the backlash came fast. While Elon Musk was busy pitching his America Party as the solution to outdated politics, the Republican machine rolled into defense mode. Trump's allies took to cable news and conservative media, blasting Musk as a traitor who bit the hand that fed him. Some called him a spoiled billionaire. Others said he was trying to build a tech empire that could control Washington. Trump's own statements grew more aggressive by the day. He accused Musk of lying about the bill, of being ungrateful, and even suggested that he only ever worked with him for the money. He called the America Party a vanity project and warned Americans not to trust a foreign-born billionaire with their democracy. But Musk didn't back down. Instead, he doubled down on his messaging. He wasn't trying to take over the government. He said he was trying to fix it. His posts on X started going viral again, but this time with a very different tone. He talked about rising costs, inefficiency in Washington, and how traditional politicians didn't understand how real-world systems worked. He said Americans were tired of performative culture wars and wanted actual solutions. His followers grew more aggressive too, with hashtags like "End the Two-Party System" and "America Party Now" trending globally. Political commentators began debating whether Musk could actually succeed in splitting off a chunk of the disillusioned center. Behind the scenes, he was already putting the pieces in place. One of the most important steps was forming a political action committee, America First Innovation PAC, which would act as the financial engine of his new party. The PAC quickly began raising funds from Silicon Valley allies, libertarian billionaires, and even some former Democrats who had grown frustrated with the party's shift away from the center. Initial filings showed the PAC raised over $80 million in its first 2 months. The America Party started building a policy platform that mixed fiscal responsibility with heavy support for innovation. It included tax credits for green technology, deregulation for startups, lower capital gains taxes, and increased investment in AI and automation training. It pushed for term limits, tighter spending controls, and using private sector consultants to audit bloated federal departments. It opposed excessive government surveillance and supported data privacy reforms. The platform was mostly centrist, with a sprinkle of libertarian ideas and just enough populism to keep the public curious. What made it different from the Libertarian Party Party or other failed third-party efforts was Elon's resources. He wasn't begging for airtime, he owned one of the largest social platforms in the world. His posts reached millions instantly. He wasn't struggling to recruit candidates, he offered them media training, policy support, and guaranteed funding. And while third parties usually faded due to lack of infrastructure, Elon treated this like launching a new startup. He ran it like he ran SpaceX, rapid testing, constant feedback loops, and tight execution. Still, not everyone was convinced. Major newspapers published opinion pieces warning that Musk's ego was getting in the way of democracy. Political experts argued that even with all the money in the world, the structure of American politics was still designed to protect the two major parties. Ballot access laws, debate requirements, and entrenched loyalties made it incredibly hard for any third party to break through. Some critics even suggested that Musk's involvement could harm the causes he claimed to support, like clean energy and AI regulation, by making them appear partisan or tied to one man's ambitions. Things reached a boiling point when Musk's candidates began announcing runs in battleground states. In Arizona, a former SpaceX engineer filed to run for Senate on the America Party ticket. In Georgia, a female entrepreneur who built her business using Tesla's solar panels entered a House race. In Ohio, a former U.S. Army cyber officer turned AI specialist launched his campaign. All of them repeated the same message. America was stuck in a broken loop, and the America Party was the reset button. This wave of candidates began to draw real support, not just online, but from voters on the ground. Town hall meetings were packed. Early polling showed double-digit support in districts where voters felt left behind by both parties. That's when the attacks escalated. Right-wing media started digging into Musk's business record. They called attention to the $38 billion in government support his companies had received, tax breaks, defense contracts, and NASA deals. They accused him of hypocrisy for criticizing the government while cashing in on it. Trump's team went further, threatening to cancel remaining contracts with SpaceX, including a massive $2.89 billion lunar landing deal with NASA. The pressure worked in some ways. SpaceX executives reportedly warned Musk that the political battles were becoming a distraction. Investors in Tesla worried that the company's image was becoming too politically charged, which could hurt sales. And internally, staff at Neuralink and the Boring Company asked for more distance from political operations. But if Musk was feeling the heat, he didn't show it. He responded to critics with charts showing Tesla's growth, satellite images from Starlink, and contract summaries proving that his companies delivered value for every dollar received. At the heart of his messaging was a growing sense that he had been used, that Trump had taken his money, taken his platform, and then turned around and passed legislation that undermined everything Musk stood for. The America Party wasn't just a comeback, it was a revenge tour. If you found this story interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out what we've got coming next.